Hello everybody and welcome to the partner briefing for the European Biomimicry Design Challenge 2020-2021. This is Fabian Feutlinske, founder and director of Biomimicry Academy, and in the next minutes I will guide you through what the European Design Challenge is about, how it works, which tools are we using, and what are the benefits for participants and partners. With the European Design Challenge, we want to define a new role for Europe. The Design Challenge addresses the unique role Europe can and should play in redesigning a new economy and society focused on life. Europe, and the European Union to start with, has defined during the last 2 years some strong aspects on which to focus to establish that role. First, there is the European Green Deal. The goal is to make Europe the first climate-neutral continent by becoming a circular, resource-efficient economy. Along with it goes that Europe has to leverage the assets of the digital age. For this, it has to create a digital strategy that will empower people with a new generation of technologies. The resulting economy has to work for its people. For this, Europe wants to create more attractive investment environments and growth that creates quality jobs, especially for young people and small businesses. The overall aim is to define a stronger role for Europe in the world. We have to strengthen Europe's voice in the world by championing multilateralism and a rule-based global order. Europe has a distinct way that is based on law if the law stands up for justice and the European core values. For this, the European way of democracy has to be strengthened and protected from external interferences such as disinformation and hate online messages. These things are going on to strengthen the role of Europe. We add to this by addressing 2 cornerstones. The first one is that we believe to create a future-ready, sustainable Europe and force for global prosperity and sustainability, we have to focus on biomimicry, or in general bio-M, that includes all kinds of bio-nature-inspired methodologies like bionics, circular economy, and nature-based solutions. In general, we're talking about value-driven innovation inspired by nature. The second cornerstone we focus on is collaboration. And for this, we defined and designed a new unique process for collaboration-driven project incubation. More information is available on www.biomimicryacademy.com/ebdc. According to the Global Biomimicry Design Challenge, we defined the SDGs as a guiding framework. And especially we chose 9 SDGs here that we deem to be the strength of Europe, that the continent and its people and economy can leverage for the good of the world. So the challenge we're issuing to participants is design a bio-inspired solution that is a product or service that creates a positive impact towards one or several of the selected SDGs using European assets for the benefit of the world. For this, we defined a collaboration manifesto that is the basis on which innovation happens in the European Biomimicry Design Challenge. This is the guiding framework and, if you please, the terms and conditions under which work happens in teams on the platform that we're using and in the whole process of the Biomimicry Design Challenge. We promote originality over popularity, emergence over linearity, swarm creativity over parallelism, transformative over simply sustaining innovation that keeps the status quo, distributed leadership over command hierarchies, swarm creativity over process and tools, collective intelligence over silos, regenerative value over profit, optimization over maximization, collaboration over competition, and systems thinking over linearity. I'd like to continue outlining the structure of the European Biomimicry Design Challenge. So first of all, the platform of the challenge will open in November 2020. We'll be using the Cobiom Swarm Innovation Platform for this. The second step that happens until the end of 2020 is what we call swarming. It is an exchange of individuals with a swarm to define the scope of the challenge and form a team around it. So people don't have to bring their own team, they can form a team on the platform. In these teams, people will work cooperatively on their solutions. That means not only cooperatively in the teams, but also between teams. And I will go into this in a minute. So this phase that will follow a stringent process, including biomimicry, but also human-centered design, will happen from January to April 2021. The last part is that a submission deck is handed in on the platform, developed on the platform, and then submitted. Here are the details again of the structure. So there will be a sign up on the platform. Then there will be spaces and tools to support the formation of teams, as I said, which we call swarming. This is all for free, of course. The middle part, the main part, is then that we provide access to a course structure which will guide people through the process and give them hints and cues and a structure and also a time frame in which to innovate. The final part is then to summarize all the work in a submission deck, and finally there is submission is of results of solutions is due in April, and the deadline is to be defined. And the submission only comes with a submission fee to pay for expenses for tools and hosting. The challenge itself works along the biomimicry process, and the work on the challenge gives participants the opportunity to not only apply but really learn the biomimicry process. It happens all on the collaboration platform, the Cobiom Swarm Innovation Platform. The platform itself provides everything that is needed: a structure, communication tools, and co-working tools, and access to peers to form teams and exchange between teams. And especially this exchange between teams is something we value very much and we promote by rewarding collaboration over competition. So whenever participants share and build on the ideas of others, they earn points that can be traded for perks, but also are part of the evaluation in the end. The platform itself works that it provides basically two units in which participants work. The one is swarms, and these are groups of young professionals driven by the same purpose, and they define certain topics they want to scope around, and finally projects in which they form teams and create their solutions. The Cobiom platform comes with a feedback system that we explicitly designed on biomimetic principles, and they reward helping other teams. So not only your own team, but everybody on the platform. So the more you help others, the more you earn, the higher are your chances of winning the challenge. The collaboration platform provides basically everything at a glance, and it's free for young professionals and the whole biomimicry network. It provides tools for the EBDC teams, that is a video collaboration tool, a whiteboard tool, a content management and project management tool, access to Google as collaboration tools and cloud storage, and video conferencing. The platform comes with its own designed score system in which collaboration is supported inside the European Biomimicry Design Challenge and in general on the platform. The platform is accessible via www.swarm.cobiom.com. The process we are using includes the biomimicry process, but starts with the swarming phase, which includes human-centered design. So we call it the integrated biomimicry process. Participants start with a challenge and then open up and define and try to understand that challenge in the context of market and user needs. So this is part of the human-centered design. They do that together with the whole group of people on the platform, and these participants work together here to gather as much information, exchange information, and being rewarded for exchanging information, and then only form teams in which they go into the problem scoping and discovery phase of the biomimicry process. So defining the context, integrating values, researching biological phenomena and examples, identifying the functions needed to solve, going into deep dives on natural models and biological strategies, and then taking all these insights into the solution generation. So this is following the agile process of brainstorming ideas, conceptualizing solutions and prototyping them, all while emulating nature's principles. The phase 3 here will also include conceptualizing a business model, and which has to be, of course, measured against the values, but also tested with users to test and iterate to make it more market viable. And only then we'll have a solution that will be presented in the form of a short process book and a video pitch. Here we have the timeline, and we show the combined timeline here of the Biomimicry Academy, the European Biomimicry Design Challenge, and the Global Biomimicry Design Challenge of the Biomimicry Institute. So the first part will or has covered the education program and certification program on the Biomimicry Academy. Participants are incentivized or asked to also hand in their solutions for the Academy training to the European Biomimicry Design Challenge. But in general, the Biomimicry Design Challenge is open to anybody. Registration will open in November, and this is the starting point for the swarming, which is scoping and teaming of the European Biomimicry Design Challenge. In January, the challenge itself starts, and the collaboration or the integrated biomimicry design process course will open up, and it's for free for participants, and guides teams through the integrated biomimicry design process from scoping through the biomimicry problem and research phase to the solution phase and market viable solution. And these solutions will be handed in and submitted to the European Biomimicry Design Challenge in April. After that, we'll have a judging period, and that will conclude and announce the winners of the European Challenge. We'll also give feedback to any other teams on the challenge, on the European Challenge, right in time to hand it in again, or to iterate and then hand it in again to the Biomimicry Global Design Challenge. Winners of the European Biomimicry Design Challenge will be able to hand in for free their solutions to the Global Challenge. We collaborate closely with the Biomimicry Global Design Challenge and follow the same evaluation criteria. So first of all, there is the aspect of human-centered design, and here it is about understanding and application of human-centered design methodologies and the mindsets, the quality of the research process, and the relevance for human and socioeconomic needs. Second part, the heart of the process, is the bio-inspired innovation. It is about understanding and effectively emulating and applying relevant biological function strategies and patterns, and a sound documentation of the biomimicry process. The solution development is evaluated according to the novelty of innovation, the quality of communication of the benefits, the impacts, the process, the constraints, and design criteria for the specific solution. And what we add here with the European Challenge is the symbiotic collaboration. It is about sharing information, ideas, data, and research on the collaboration platform and supporting and co-creating with the other teams. The criteria I outlined in the beginning are biomimicry, the novelty, creativity, the business and relevance, and also the team diversity. And it accounts for 75% of the total evaluation. 25% come through the documented points on the platform, and evaluate the collaboration between teams and in teams. So why should young professionals and changemakers participate in the European Biomimicry Design Challenge? It is first of all to connect to some of the best minds and value-driven innovators in the world. So to find the right peers, find the right people and build community. They are all brought together by the desire to have a positive impact. And the European Biomimicry Design Challenge is an extraordinary chance and opportunity to gain recognition for the work and to create innovation concepts that can be even taken further along to creating startups or positioning yourself as a professional on the market. Of course, it is also about winning the challenge, and the winners, but also others that hand in extraordinary submissions, gain visibility. And the Biomimicry Academy, the European Biomimicry Design Challenge Consortium, and Cobiom supports these solutions and the teams behind it. And not only by gaining visibility, that is to be present on social media and being promoted in a network, but also by actual project incubation on the Cobiom incubator. The benefits for collaborators to become partners of the European Biomimicry Design Challenge is that the partners are promoted on all media and communication streams. They have the option to issue a defined challenge on the Cobiom Swarm Innovation Platform that is more defined and catered to their very needs. And they have the opportunity to promote teams, to mentor teams, and give them free participation without the submission fee on the Design Challenge and the Swarm Innovation Platform. Moreover, partners can use the European Biomimicry Design Challenge for commercial challenges. For this, we defined 3 major focus areas, but this is also free to be defined by the respective partner. The focus A is that we aim for emission reduction or carbon negativity. Focus B looks for projects that increase resource efficiency and material use. And focus C is on zero waste and circularity concepts. We support partners to use the European Biomimicry Design Challenge to acquire sponsored commercial and open innovation projects. Partnership at the European Biomimicry Design Challenge is free. If there will be sponsored challenges, there will be a dedicated platform fee for space and tools and support of 10% of the project volume. The European Biomimicry Design Challenge is powered by an international alliance that is constantly growing, and we aim to be as inclusive as possible and to add more and more partners as we go along. That was the European Biomimicry Design Challenge partner briefing. If you want to know more, contact us via contact@biomimicryacademy.com. Visit biomimicryacademy.com/EBDC, and especially register and become an expert and partner on the Cobiom Swarm Innovation Platform that you find on www.swarm.cobiom.com.